What's going on, everybody? I am back once again, and today we're going to be checking out the top 10 worst cars that you could consider buying if you are rich in Greenville. Now, I should say, and I should clarify, I'm not saying that these cars are like bad or anything, or that they're terrible. I'm just saying that for the prices that they are, there are better options, and that they are not too worth it, and that these cars are almost always super overpriced. And yeah, I just don't recommend these cars. You should totally avoid them if you're planning on buying one. And yeah, I will give out my multitude of reasons, and it is sort of mainly my opinion, even though most of it is true. But I am not saying that you should not buy these at all. If you like the car, you can buy them, that's your choice, but these are just my takes and my recommendations. So if you do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and sub. I greatly appreciate it. We are on the road to 2,500 subscribers before August of 2025, and with all that being said and done, let's get right into the video. And just to clarify, I do not own any of these vehicles, but I did own them. I do not own them right now, but I did own them. Yeah, it's just even more honest opinion because I have owned these and I have had experience with these vehicles. So please do not call me broke, even though I am, because I spent my money on the Bugatti. But I have had experience with these vehicles and I know people who had these cars, so I can easily vouch. So anyways, the first car on the list is going to be the 2023 Stuttgart Wilhelm Monster, aka the Maybach SL. Now this car is really weird because it is based off the Mercedes SL, but it's like a fictional version, I guess. It's like a fictional Maybach version. It's a really strange car. There's like pictures of it online, but I think they're renders or like concepts or something. But there's like a 2026 one of these apparently that's like really similar. I don't know, it's a really strange car. But anyways, this car starts at 345,000, which is pretty insane. And I will also be comparing this to the regular Mercedes, which is like the only difference between this and the Mercedes is the chrome, and that's about it, and the fact that there's like a little flower inside or something. There's like something inside of here. Oh yeah, there's like flowers back there with this trim, and that's like literally the only difference. But everything else about it is pretty much a rebadged Mercedes with some chrome, and that's pretty much it. So I wouldn't recommend it, and it's not the fastest, only 181 miles an hour, 350 horsepower, 19.6 miles a gallon. It is all-wheel drive, which that's reasonable. It is 3,900 pounds, so it is going to be a little sluggish. It does look super nice though, but I mean, there's like not really a point of it. And the Mercedes is right here, and it's like a whole like a nearly 200 grand cheaper, and it looks nearly the same. And there's like more trims of it, so more potential right there. Yeah, never mind, there are faster trims. So yeah, there's honestly no point of getting the Mercedes or the Maybach, excuse me, unless you purely just want the name. But if you want a car that's like that, then literally just get the Mercedes. It's like not much of a difference at all, and you're getting your money's worth even better. So yeah, that's gonna be the first car on the list. It's just ridiculous, almost has no purpose in the game besides to look more wealthy, and that's pretty much it. So pretty self-explanatory, and let's move on to the next car on the list. Alrighty, for the next car on the list, this is also very self-explanatory, and that's going to be the 2005 Falcon Forwarder Celebrity Limo. So I own this, and I just sold it a couple days ago. I bought it thinking that it would be really rare if Ford ever went off sale, but I mean, like, I don't see the point. This thing is just so stupid. There's like, I mean, like the limo, like there's nothing wrong with owning a limo. I personally don't see the point because there's like no interior, so like you're only getting it for like specific role plays, and you're never going to use it often, so you just don't get your money's worth out of it. But especially with this, like, who is using this, especially as a legitimate roleplay car? It is just so ridiculous. It is funny, and it's probably a cool trolling vehicle, but again, there's like no point. It's really slow. Even like the regular Expedition is it's just dog slow. It's like painful to use, and there's only one trim of it, and it is 350k, which is absolutely beefy. And yeah, I mean, there's like this limo right here, the Lincoln, but this is like justified because it's a Lincoln. The other one is like a 20-year-old Ford. So yeah, there's just like zero purpose to this. It is funny and goofy, but it's just like absolutely useless and pointless. So yeah, again, pretty self-explanatory. And with all that being said, let's move on to the next one. Alrighty, for the next one on the list, it is going to be the 2017 Stuttgart Jogger Limo, aka the Mercedes Sprinter Van Limo. Like, this has like no purpose like with the last one, because like I explained earlier, I don't see a point of buying limos in this game because there are no interiors for them. and you're like never going to be using them much. Even if you like roleplay a lot, these are like really rare to like use pretty commonly in any circumstance. So like I just do not see the point, and frankly it's like not that good looking. Yeah, I mean like it's a van, so you can't really do much to it, but it is an old model, which doesn't really help, so it does look kind of bleh. So yeah, that is going to be the third one on the list. It's just like no point, another pointless vehicle, and it's 150k. For that price you can get like literally anything else. So yeah, with that being said, let's move on to the next car on the list, which hopefully isn't so pointless. Alright, so for this next car on the list, it actually does have a bit more purpose, and that's going to be the 1964 Chrysler Jetream, aka the 1964 Chrysler Turbine. So here's a little history lesson. This car is actually a real car that was made by Chrysler, and hence the name Jetream or Turbine in real life. It is actually a car powered by nuclear. Yeah, this is a nuclear car that uses a turbine engine under the hood, and that's also why it kind of has like this kind of very interesting jet inspired design. You can even see the rear. It's inspired by like a jet with afterburners and such. I will say it is a super cool car, and it is really awesome, and it kind of hurt putting this on the list because I love this car with all my heart, and especially like the history behind it. It is just so awesome. But for 400k, just do not buy this because it is also a very old model. This model is like 3 years old, and it has decal lights, and it's pretty sluggish, and yeah, the lights just really kill it. And yeah, again, it is a really cool car, but it is mainly gimmicky. Also, I do not know why it says 20 horsepower. I don't know if that's true. Just buy it out of your own will, but I would never recommend it. So yeah, with that being said, let's move on to the next car on the list. And that next car, which is also going to probably bring up some tension in the comments if you guys ever comment on this video, and that's going to be the 2002 Navara Horizon GTR Series 2, aka the Nissan GTR R34 Skyline. So yeah, again, this is also super self-explanatory. I do not even need to like say anything much, but I will just because 485k for a 23-year-old Nissan sports car. Yep. Yeah, it is super ridiculous. I feel like they literally should have just priced this at the original MSRP because it makes no sense, and it's pretty dumb because the RX-7 is like way cheaper, and that's like mainly near MSRP, but it's not nearly as expensive. But this is like a full 400k more expensive than the RX-7, which makes 0 sense because they have like similar hype and stuff. And it gets even worse. This thing goes up to 851,000, aka it's really expensive, and this thing does not even come with like a Paul Walker livery or anything, no body kits. So I mean, there's just like no point. I mean, it is really cool. Like the model is good and decent. It does look kind of inaccurate, to be honest. Like it does not look that accurate at all. The front looks too bulky, or like the wheels look too big. Something is very off about this model, so I do not like it. Yeah, again, like it is self-explanatory, but yeah, I just had to make this known and put it on the list. So yeah, oh, it's not even that fast either, only 174 miles an hour. But yeah, anyways, let's move on to the next car on the list, which is hopefully not any more ridiculous than this. So yeah, let's move on. Alright, and thank goodness, because the next car on the list is going to be the 1981 BKM W10, aka the 1981 BMW M1. And this car is actually super cool with some pretty good lore behind it. It's pretty much like a limited production BMW model, which only like 300 of these were made, or like 400 of these were made. So yeah, these are like super rare and super expensive, so the price tag is pretty realistic and self-explanatory. Yeah, it's just like super rare. It is honestly a really cool car. But if you do have this money and your plan is to buy something that is like, you know, to like really get your money's worth, I just would not buy this personally. And it is fictional, not to mention. Again, like the fictional model is like, it's pretty good, it's decent, but it's nowhere near as cool looking as the real life M1. And I did own this car when it first came out, and I honestly got super bored of it really fast. It would be cooler if they had like kits for this, or like the racing version of this car as like a limited or something. I don't remember the name of it, but I will like show an image. That's enough said for this. Again, really cool, but just avoid at all costs if you have the money. So yeah, that's gonna be number 6, and now let's move on to number 7. So moving on to the next car on the list, or I guess I should say cars, and that is going to be the 1988 Silhouette Arent, or however you say that, aka the Lamborghini Countach. And this is yet another fictional car, and like I know somebody who's a really huge Countach fan, and even they hate this like fictional model. Like, I mean, let's just look at those lights. Those lights are so pixelated. The rear ones aren't too bad at all. The rear actually looks a little cool. But yeah, it's like a really weird hybrid of a Testarossa and a Countach. I personally do not like it at all. It looks like a model straight out of GTA 3. So yeah, and there's the this one right here. It does look a bit better, but it's still really odd. Actually, that looks way better. But yeah, it's just the lights on this one do not look good. And it goes up to 770k, which is insane. Like, this is crazy, bro. So yeah, even the biggest Countach fans could probably agree that this is not worth your money. And the only difference between the two is that this one right here is like a little faster, I think. Yeah, like a whole whopping 6 miles an hour faster on the top trim, which goes up to 825k. And other than that, the only difference is that it's more expensive and that it has slightly different lights. Mainly the rear. I feel like the rear is like a downgrade from the other one. The fronts do look better, but they still have like that crappy looking texture right there. Yeah, this is just not a good buy at all. I'd avoid this at all costs. So yeah, I do not recommend it. It looks like a car straight out of GTA 3. So yeah, with that being said, let's move on to the next car on the list. Just please don't buy this. Alright, moving on to the next car on the list, which is also going to be a classic car, and that is going to be the 1955 Stuttgart Monster, aka the 1955 Mercedes 300 SL. And this one also kind of hurt to put on the list because it's like if you want to buy this car purely just for how it looks, I do not blame you at all. I'd low-key do the same thing if I had the money, but I mean, this is just not worth it at all. Yeah, it's $1.2 million, 157 miles an hour. There's only one trim of it, and the model is like pretty old as well. It's like nearly 2 years old, so I wouldn't buy it based off of that either. Yeah, it is really cool and it's like a great flex, but I feel like this would be better money spent if there was like a convertible option or something, or if it had an interior or more customization, something like that. But just for the price, this car is not worth it, no matter how beautiful it is. Yeah, it's just, I would not get this at all. Let's move on to the final cars on the list. Alrighty, for the next car on the list, this one is also going to be really controversial and you guys might hate me for this, but it's true. And that's going to be the 2007 Ferdinand Ultima, aka the 2007 Porsche Carrera GT. So I know how much people love this car. Personally, me, and this is only my opinion, I think it is really glazed and pretty overrated. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, it's like a beautiful looking car. I think this car is so good looking. Again, same with the 300 SL. If you buy this purely for the looks, I do not blame you at all, but just know that this thing is not going to be that good to drive. First of all, it shifts super weirdly. Like, the RPMs drop so fast, which is like, I mean, I get that that's like ethical for performance cars, but it just feels so weird on Roblox with this chassis. And second of all, this thing has no stability control, no ABS, no traction control. I mean, like, I feel like everybody knows this thing has the reputation of being a metal coffin. I mean, it has no stability controls, no traction, no ABS, just nothing, like barely any safety controls somehow. I don't know what Porsche was thinking. But yeah, it is a wasted opportunity because I felt like this car could have been amazing if it had safety controls. I mean, it is amazing, but amazinger if it had safety controls. So yeah, that's my little rant on it, and that does apply to the game. This car does not drive well, and on corners it is super scary to drive. I would only drive it if you want like a daily driver to flex around and such. It does have a really nice interior, I will say, and it does come with other ones. There's a black interior and a red interior. So yeah, I do get it if you just want to buy this car for the looks. I did that. Like, you know, this is not a wise financial decision. It's your choice. But yeah, anyways, let's move on to the last car on the list. Alrighty, moving on to the final car on the list, and you guys definitely saw this coming, and that is going to be the 1962 Ferrari Berlinetta GT. I think that's how you pronounce it, aka the 1962 Ferrari 250 Testarossa. It is kind of mixed with the 250 GTO in terms of its looks. If you couldn't tell, this car is a fictional car, And yeah, when this first came out and when it was first teased, a lot of people thought this was ugly, and a lot of people still do. I personally think it's pretty ugly. It's mainly like the headlights, like it just looks so bizarre. Like the rear half of this car looks kind of cool, but it's just the front that really kills it in my opinion. I'm not trying to slander the devs or anything, they definitely tried hard, but I feel like it just could have been executed better. I mean, like, just looking at this car, it looks like a car that you would see in like a Dr. Seuss book or something, or like a villain car in Despicable Me. It just looks really bizarre, and it's $1.4 million for only one trim, no customization. I'm 163 miles an hour, 300 horsepower, and it has monster truck suspension. Like, only purely buy this car for the looks. You buy this for nothing else than the looks. But I feel like nobody's going to buy this over like a Bugatti Veyron or just like anything else within its price. Yeah, I mean, I get it if you're into classic cars and you want to buy this, that's whatever. It does have a really nice interior, but like, it's just not a good financial decision. You could do a lot better for the money, especially when it comes to looks. I mean, just look at that, bro. It looks like an alien. And that's pretty much all I have to say for the Testarossa. And yet again, I'm not like trying to disrespect the devs or anything. I know they definitely worked hard on this, like especially on cars with curvy lines. It is pretty hard to do and stay underneath the tri count, so I'm not flaming them at all, but they just, I feel like they could have done better on the front aesthetics wise. So yeah, anyways, that's gonna be the last car on the whole list. And that is also going to be the end of the video. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. I know that it was probably most definitely controversial, but it's just my honest opinion on it. Again, I'm not flaming you if you like these cars or anything, or if you bought them, or if you are thinking of getting them. It is a free country, or a free game I should say, so well, the game isn't really free either. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Comment down what cars you think did not deserve to be on this list, and which cars that I should have put on this list. I never ignore a comment, and it does help my videos with the algorithm and such. And if you do disagree with some of my takes on some of the cars on this list, again, I don't mean my takes to be negative at all, it's just what I personally think, and if you disagree, that's completely okay. So yeah, with all that being said, hope you guys have a great day, a great night, and that's all I got for y'all, and I'll catch you later. See ya.